What's up everybody, Kinetic here and welcome to a special edition of Guild Wars 2 here on Digital Pulse GTR. I know I've been kind of a little bit slow with Guild Wars 2 content lately, and well, I mean, there's kind of a reason for that. I've been a little bit, I should say, burned out of Guild Wars 2. But recently with the new events like the Halloween event and this new Lost Shores event that's coming up here in a few hours, this is a one-time event. Things like this are really starting to reinvigorate, I suppose, my interest in Guild Wars 2, and I'm leveling various characters and I'm having a really good time with it. There's actually a special promotion right now where you can invite people into Guild Wars 2 to play as a free trial, and if you are interested in trying out Guild Wars 2, if you're seriously interested and if your PC can handle it, then send me a PM and I will hook you up with one of, I think, 3 invites or something like that. 3 friends. I can invite 3 friends to play Guild Wars 2 for this weekend. So if you're interested in that, send me a PM here or a message on Facebook about your interest in playing Guild Wars 2, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, this Lost Shores looks pretty interesting. Again, it's a one-time event. It will never, ever repeat itself, and it looks pretty interesting. There's going to be a new zone that is opening up. There's a new PvP area as well that's going to open up, and also some pretty badass looking creatures that look very powerful and slightly intimidating. I think this is going to be really, really good stuff. I wanted to show you guys a little bit about this, and yeah, right now I'm just kind of hanging around Lion's Arch right now. As you can see, this is what's left of the Lion's statue after the Mad King event for Halloween, and in a couple of hours from here, according to the information that we have about the Lost Shores content, there's first going to be an attack here at Lion's Arch. That starts in about 5 hours from now, I think, and I'm gonna be staying up all night for that. It's actually just now hitting 12 midnight, and I think if my calculations are correct, that means the event starts in about 5 hours. Either way, I'm gonna be kind of doing a little bit of questing with my other character, my warrior, and maybe some questing with my engineer as well. I'm just kind of mixing things up, killing time until things start, and then I'm gonna log on to my elementalist. That's what you're looking at right now, and I'm gonna be waiting very impatiently probably for the Lost Shores event to start, and this takes place over a couple of days, and I think it's gonna be really exciting. I'm gonna drag Daryl's ass into here. He's been kind of slacking off, but he's promised me that he was going to be online this Saturday, or this Friday, I mean. So I'm definitely expecting him to join, and I will be recording the first event and whatever other events that I can participate in during this Lost Shores one-time event. So expect to see some footage of that. How do you like my elementalist, huh? She's not really decked out so much. I mean, she's got some nice looking clothes, but nothing special. It's only rare gear. I haven't really worked on getting exotic gear since I hit level 80. I've just been kind of mixing things up, and like I said, I got a little burnt out. The reason why I got burnt out, I suppose you're probably going to ask, is because, well, I did way too much World versus World, too many early mornings trying to log on at a specific time and participate in World v World. I mean, some of you may actually still be subscribed to my channel from Team Legacy, and yes, I am no longer with Team Legacy. It was just too much to deal with here from my time zone, and so I'm taking a much more kind of relaxed approach to Guild Wars 2. But anyway, I think I'm kind of going off on a tangent. Either way, guys, like I said, you're going to see some cool new content from the Lost Shores. What you probably really clicked on this video for was for the Shatterer event, and that, my friends, is a really, really cool world boss. Here I am actually waiting with my warrior, who is level 47, approaching 48 very soon. Oh, here he comes. Awesome introduction. Here he is. This is the Shatterer world boss fight. I kind of, like I was saying, I kind of came into this fight the first time. This is my second time. The first time I like towards the end, so I didn't really get the full effect. This time I was ready and waiting. It actually helped out with the preparations. You can see some of the players are being turned into crystal prisons right now, and you have to break them out of those crystal prisons. If not, then they take huge amounts of damage, and then you have to revive them like this. Look at that guy. Look at that thing. That is awesome. That is so sweet. This is the kind of thing that I love Guild Wars 2 for. The PvE events are just second to none. These are so cool and so easy to get into. All you have to do is just be there and you're a part of it, which is amazing. And this guy, he's kind of a lower level boss than the Claw of Jormag, the first dragon video that I did, which makes for a slightly short, well, actually a significantly shorter fight, but really, really awesome to be a part of nonetheless. He spawns lots of extra minions that will cause havoc to the parties, and even some veteran monsters as well, so you really got to be careful. I'm trying to mix things up. I'm breaking my attention, splitting it up between the Shatterer here and also making sure that the smaller monsters get taken care of. And you will also see, like, whenever I see the prisons, when I'm not in one, I'm also trying to break down with my sword. Well, see here, I got trapped into prison right here. There's really, I don't think there's anything you can do. You just have to wait, and then, yep, see, nobody broke my prison, so I took huge amounts of damage. And I'm not sure exactly what got me up here. This guy here, okay, he ran over and he helped pick me up. You see, and that's what's really, really fun and great about the Guild Wars community, is everybody knows that it takes everybody to complete these bosses, and so they really are real quick to pick you up and get you up in case you get knocked down. This boss is so cool looking. I remember seeing him, oh, there's a veteran right there. I remember seeing him in one of the original trailers before Guild Wars 2 launched, and I thought, wow, that looks like such an awesome dragon. And then it was like, wait a minute, is that Zaitan? And for the longest time, that's what I actually thought. I thought that this dragon was Zaitan. Turns out he's not. He's in this level 50 area, which is, I believe, I mean, I'm not sure. I don't exactly know where all and how many different world bosses there are, but I think this is one of the first, if not the first, world boss dragon that you can fight. And then after this, I believe at level 65 is the Sunless, the undead dragon. I can't remember how to pronounce his first name. And then Claw of Jormag after that, the ice dragon that I showed you guys before. See, I'm targeting his right claw with my bow. I don't normally use a bow, but my rifle was so out of date that I was just like, alright, whatever, I guess I'll try playing with the bow for a while. Turns out, like, I end up liking it more than I thought that I would. You can see some of the comments. People are like really excited that they're finally getting the achievement. Yeah, there are a lot of achievement hunters, I noticed, in Guild Wars 2, and thank God too, because if it weren't for these guys coming back again and again trying to complete their achievements for these world bosses and for these events and stuff like that, honestly, I think that there wouldn't be enough people to even do them. You know, every MMO kind of goes through that time when people have already done content, or there's the exodus when lots of people decide that they don't like to play the game anymore, and then so like the game kind of suffers from a lack of participants, and Guild Wars 2 is certainly very vulnerable to that. Like it could easily just run out of players to do events like these, but thankfully this is a fairly high populated server, Isle of Jamthier. A really good community over here, and there's, like I said, achievement hunters that even at this time, my time, thanks to the Oceanic community, that are out here doing awesome events like this. At this point in the fight, I end up taking considerable amounts of damage, and I'm not even really risking switching over to my sword, so I'm just focusing on using my bow to break down these pillars right now, these crystals, and to deal damage to the Shatterer and to these smaller NPCs out here. The one thing I like that the longbow does better than the rifle, which I typically normally use for my warrior, is the AoE capabilities. I like the rifle because it's very powerful and very good for 1v1 fights, but if I'm facing more than one opponent, it's almost useless. The longbow is very good for AoE damage though. I get taken down, but I'm back up again. There's a lot of chaos in this fight, and I don't fully understand the mechanics entirely, and I'm not sure exactly when things are spawning or when people get turned into crystals. It seems all a bit like random, and some people were saying actually that this event has changed, that it's actually gotten more complicated since it started originally when the game launched. They were talking about how there are more monsters, I think, and there are like tremors or something like that. So it's nice to see that if that's what's going on, if that's what I think, that ArenaNet is actually enhancing these events to make them more interesting or to possibly make them more accessible in case they're not working very well. And my hat's off to ArenaNet, because even though we are not paying them a monthly subscription for this game, you know, you only have to pay for it once, they are still on top of all kinds of things while, you know, to improve the game, while also handling tons of, you know, customer support issues that they have because of whatever, you know, account, you know, issues people are bitching about and stuff like that to them. ArenaNet is doing, I think, a really amazing job, and they're really listening to the player base, I think. Winding down, the Shatterer is down to a very small percentage of health now, and so am I. I'm just kind of like really keeping my distance in a nice, safe back line here with my longbow, hoping that it's enough health to last. And then I'm just getting wild here. I pull out my sword, and I'm really trying to make sure that I help to break these prisons. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for the fight. And it looks like I do take a lot of damage, but I am picked up very quickly. I love the Shatterer's attacks. Here it is. Boom! We have defeated the Shatterer. He takes off. He's had enough. And then he literally shatters. That is the most surprising thing. I was really not expecting that at all. Like, if you didn't see that, you should rewind the video just a little bit more. Like, he actually shatters after he takes off in the air. And as usual, after a big event, you can see that there is a very large treasure chest that people are looting from. And what am I gonna get? Let's see. We got a couple of rifles, which is great, because like I was saying, my rifle was actually well outdated and I needed an upgrade. So thank you, Shatterer. You gave me exactly what I needed. That's all I got for you guys in this video. I hope you enjoyed these Guild Wars 2 videos. We're going to be doing some more PvP, and we've actually got some really cool stuff coming up from Kanako. She's going to be playing some PvP with me as well in Guild Wars 2, so look forward to that. More coming up soon. My name's Kinetic, and I'll see you guys next time.